Hare Krishna. Krishna Rasaraj Kopikesh Prabhu, thank you for the wonderful Kirtan along with Ranjani Mai Prabhu. Jai Hari Bol. So Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Welcome you all for the Chaitanya Charitamrita session today. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we will. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just a minute. So, sorry. So we are seeing today Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sorry, actually he instructs Srila Rupa Goswami. It's Sanatana Goswami. We are moving to the chapter 20. So we saw in the so this is from Madhya Leela. So 19th chapter we completed last week, and it is 20th chapter, reading the first verse. Okay. Vande Anantadbhuta Ishwaryam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nipopiyat Prasadachyat Bhakti Shastra Pravartakaha.
Great.
One day I offer my respectful obeisances, Ananta, unlimited, Adbhuta, wonderful, Aishwaryam, possessing opulences, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, unto Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nicha Api, even a person in the lowest status of life, Yet Prasadat, by whose mercy, Syat may become Bhakti Shastra of the science of devotional service, Pravartaka, and inaugurator. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has unlimited wonderful opulences. By his mercy, even a person born as the lowest of men can spread the signs of devotional service. So here we see that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can empower even a person born as the lowest of men. So this shows the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's unlimited mercy, that anyone who takes shelter of him can be empowered, to preach the science of devotional service. So, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Kirim Yat Kripa Tapa Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just give me a second.
What's a very heavy parcel?
Three. Keep it down. No, why are you bringing it here?
I don't know.
And keep it in the.
Okay, so so we are going to see today about Sanatana Goswami, how he escapes from the jail. So basically, we know Shilarupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. They are one of the, they are among the prominent or the, senior most of the Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. The elder brother is Sanatana Goswami. Rupa Goswami is the younger brother. And they both were actually serving under Nawab Hussain Shah, who was the ruler of Bengal during 15th century, around 1499 to 1522. That was the period Nawab Hussain Shah was ruling Bengal. So that time, Shilarupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, those time they were called as Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik. Though they have come from a Brahmana, very pious Brahmana family, but later because they worked under Nawab Hussain Shah, their names were changed. Though their names were changed, but they were in that, they were still worshipping Krishna, and, they were using all those opulence in the service of Krishna. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Ramakeli, so that time when Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik, these two brothers, they got the opportunity, they got the opportunity to actually meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I don't know whether Sanatana Goswami was there, mainly Rupa Goswami was there, and Anupam was there at that time. There are three brothers. And Anupama Sri Vallabha, another name, he was the youngest of the three brothers. And so they got this special mercy. And she and Anupama or Sri Vallabha's son is Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami is a nephew of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Actually, after the disappearance of Shilarupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, and in fact, the other Goswamis, Jiva Goswami is the youngest, and he was taking forward the Sankirtan movement actually. And we see that when they were working under Nawab Hussain Shah, they were in a very, very important role. In fact, Sanatana Goswami was he was the prime minister. He was the most important managerial roles, and in all the political advice he was giving, to Nawab Hussain Shah. In fact, Nawab Hussain Shah considered him, Sanatana Goswami, like a younger brother. That much of faith he was having on these two brothers. And they were so intelligent, they were so, brilliant that, they could give the Nawab a lot of wonderful, ideas and, the way to, rule the kingdom. So at the same time, they were also, following all that Vaishnava culture. So what happened was, so when they met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramakeli, it was a great, they really wanted to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtana movement and, assist Lord Chaitanya, in his service. So Srila Rupa Goswami was the first one to retire from the, garment service. And as we all know, we saw the previous chapter, 19th chapter, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Srila Rupa Goswami at Dasaswamedha Ghat at Prayaga, for nearly 10 days. The Science of Devotion service, which later we call the book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So then we see that, Rupa Goswami could escape from this managerial, from the political duties, from the government service. But whereas the Nawab was not ready to give permission for Sanatana Goswami, that is, to retire from the government service. So then he was wondering what to do. And then one day, so what Sanatana Goswami did was, he gave a sick note. I think many of us, we also give sick note. when we have, people put sick note and do many other stuff. And sometimes devotees also put a sick note and go for programs and sometimes attend a festival, like that. Here we see probably in that sense, we are following the footsteps of Sanatana Goswami, because Sanatana Goswami, when he gave the sick note, and then he was actually calling all many brahmanas, to his house, and the house itself was like a palace, and then where he would actually discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, the association of all those people. And when Nawab Hussain Shah came to know that there was a sick note sent by Sanatan Goswami, then he sent his own physician, the royal physician, to look after Sanatana Goswami. He was very, very close. He was very much depending on Sanatana Goswami. So when the physician went and checked how Sanatana Goswami is doing, then physician said he is absolutely fine. There is no illness at all. So that was a report given back to the king. So the king was wondering, okay, come on, he's absolutely fine. His health is good. But why did he send the sick note? So let me go personally and see what's happening. So he went to see what Sanatana Goswami is doing. When he went, he was completely, shocked to see that he's sitting with some big assembly of brahmanas and reciting Srimad Bhagavatam and discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. And when the king came, he gave a seat and he asked him to sit as well. Then the king was so angry. He said that, what are you doing? You know very well that I depend completely on you for all my, government service. Without you, it is not possible for me to run, this government. So you have given a sick note and you are not coming. My physician is telling that you are absolutely fine. So what idea you are having in your mind? Then Sanatana Goswami said, I think it's a high time. You better find an alternative. You find a replacement for me. I have to retire from this government service. No, I cannot do that. You know that I really need you. So there were a lot of discussions happening, and then finally he was so angry, the Nawab was so angry that he arrested Sanatana Goswami. He put him in the jail. So then he went to some other place, for he normally, as we know, the kings, they go and fight and they try to conquer more, expand their kingdom. So he went to south side. So, and Sanatan Goswami was in the jail. So somehow Srila Rupa Goswami came to know that his brother has been arrested. And then he sent through some secret, information that he has given some gold coins to one of the grocers, and that gold coins can be used, used to escape from the jail. So, so this was there. And then also there was a letter he received from Rupa Goswami that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be soon arriving to Mathura. So when this news came to Sri Sanatana Goswami, he became so happy. And then he thought, okay, how I will be able to escape. So he went to the jailkeeper, and then he was talking to him, in a very gentle way, that, oh, my dear sir, you are a very, very, you are like a living saint. And you're a very saintly person. That's what you can see here. Very fortunate. You have full knowledge of the revealed scriptures such as Quran and similar books. Actually, he was not even a literate, but Sanatana Goswami is kind of speaking all this, to convince him to somehow, allow him to get out of the jail. So he's talking, and then he's also giving him first. Initially, he will give him 5,000 gold coins. 5,000 gold coins he will give him first, and then he will say that, you please take this money and allow me to escape, so that you are able to do a pious activity, And not only that, you're also materially profited. And then he says that if one releases a conditioned soul or an imprisoned person according to religious principles, he himself is also released from material bondage by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada writes, in the purport very beautifully. He gives us the power of Maya. We see that in this material world, everyone is trying to gratify the senses under the spell of Maya. And it's very, very difficult to come out of the clutches of Maya. And Maya has got these two coverings. What are that? One of the covering is called Prakshepatmika, the spell of diversion. It impels one to remain in conditioned life fully satisfied by sense gratification. The other one is called Avaranatmika, makes a conditioned soul feel satisfied even if he's rotting in the body of a pig or a worm in the stool. Doesn't matter, I'm so happy, that kind of conditioning. The good example is that the story of Indra, Lord Indra, when he was cursed to become a pig. And you know what happened? He was with his pig family and enjoying. So, externally as if looking, he's enjoying his life. So when the curse, when the time got over for him to, come back to, the Indraloka and occupy the throne. So Indra refused, to come. And he said that I'm so happy, I have the family, my wife is here, my children are here, I am absolutely fine. So just imagine Indra being the lord of the devatas. He himself is completely illusioned. Even he was in the body of a pig. He felt very happy. And he said, I'm fine, I'm getting everything, all the comfort. Actually, he's Indra. He has forgotten his position. And he's thinking as being in the pig form, he's very happy. So then when he came to senses, he realized, and then he went back to his kingdom. So we see that not only him, we know that the power of Maya, who has not been spared. Many great saintly personalities, in the sense like many rishis and munis, Saubhari Muni, Vishwamitra Muni. We have heard so many great people have been a victim of Maya, and so it is not easy to escape from Maya, because that's her service. Maya is actually Krishna's one of the energies. There is a Yoga Maya and there is a Mahamaya. The conditioned souls are tested by Mahamaya, because Mahamaya, Krishna's energy, she tests whether this person is qualified really to get the mercy of Krishna or not. So she's doing that filtering service in various ways to see, the conditioned soul is fit to receive the mercy or not. So we see that many times, most of the times, we are actually, even many great personalities only got defeated. It's not very easy. That's why, there is a very beautiful verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Devihi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam evaye prapatyande mayam etam tarantite. So Krishna's Maya is not a material. She's the divine energy of Krishna. Very difficult to overcome. No one can challenge her. If someone challenges, the result is they are only defeated. But whereas a person surrenders to Krishna, then what happens? One can easily cross this challenge. So that Krishna himself says in the Bhagavad, Devi hi esha gunamai mama maya. Krishna says, my Maya, my divine Shakti, my energy. How can one defeat Krishna's energy? No one can. And Krishna says, my Maya is very difficult to overcome. But Maam evaye prapatyante Maya etam tarandite. Krishna gives the tip, the solution, what we can do at this, when we are caught up or when we are under the clutches of Maya, what one should be doing. One should surrender to Krishna. So here the point mentions is Sanatana Goswami is telling the point of if someone is imprisoned. So here he is imprisoned not only in the jail, but jail is also called, in the material world is also a jail called Durga. Yeah? Durga means fort. Durga, she's the superintendent, jail keeper of this material world. So she keeps the conditioned soul like the Trishul, Adhyatmik, Adhibautik, Adhidevika, keeping them under control. So we see that it is very difficult unless one actually takes shelter of Krishna. The other meaning is that we are also imprisoned in this, just like here, the comparison is imprisoned in the jail, in a normal jail, what we see in this world. But this material world itself is a jail. We are imprisoned. And, that's why they said that if someone helps someone to release from the jail, and then that person is considered very much, he gets a lot of mercy. So here, the greatest service one can render to the Lord is try to infuse devotional service, the heart of the conditioned soul, so that the conditioned soul may be released from this conditioned life. So that is a very great help. So that's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says a Vaishnava is recognized by his preaching work. So if he helps someone to understand their Nija Dharma means the true constitutional position. What is the constitutional position? That we are eternal servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are the servants of Krishna. That means we have to abide by the orders of the Supreme Lord, the instructions of the Supreme Lord, the teachings of the Supreme Lord. So if we can make others understand that, if we can help them so that they can also be released from this prison. Otherwise, as long as one is not understanding the science of Krishna consciousness and understanding his own constitutional position, then they will be eternally in this jail only. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So that is what happens. If someone is not understanding this, they will eternally be in the jail. And the jail is not a happy place. That's why Dukkalayam Asashvatam. This material world is Dukkalayam. It is a alayam. It is a place of dukkha, distress. And Asashvatam, it is not Sashvat. It is not permanent. It is temporary. Asashvatam. So because a jail is a place of distress, obviously. So it is. So if we can help, first of all, we have to understand that we are in the jail. The material world is a jail. It is not a place which gives happiness. So that means we need to understand what we need to do to get out of it. Understand our real home. What is our real home? What is our actual constitutional position? What is our sambandha with the Lord? So all this has to be understood by our own self. First, for our own sake. Then we have to help others to get out of this jail. And then that is very, very pleasing to the Lord. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, who remembers that verse? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, someone who does this service is most dear to me. What is the verse number in the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says that person is very, very dear to me. Anyone remembers? Am I audible? Are you all there? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the person who does this service is very dear to me.
It's the one who shares his glories. One who shares his glories.
12.15.
Nachatasman Manusheshu, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, exactly. Nachatasman Manusheshu Kashin me Priya Kritama Bhavita Nachame Tasmat anya priyataro bhuvi. Krishna says in 18.69, 18th chapter 69, that there is no servant in this world more dear to him than he who broadcasts this wonderful message. So this is an important service because we are helping someone to get out of this jail. So here, Sanatana Goswami is telling to this Muslim jail keeper that if you help me, if anyone helps someone who is imprisoned, he's talking about the material, the prison house, where he is put in. So he's telling that if someone is actually releasing somebody who is imprisoned according to the religious principles, then he will be released from this material bondage. He himself will be released from the material bondage by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's telling him that point, and then he's giving 5,000 gold coins. And still, then the jail keeper says, "Oh, my dear sir, I'm happy to, I'm willing to release you. But you know what to do? I'm actually afraid of the government." Basically, he's telling that I'm scared of the Nawab. So Sanatana Goswami could understand that he is not satisfied with the money. So then he's giving him 7,000 gold coins. So then what happens? He says that, okay, then that night itself, he will release Sanatana Goswami. He will remove. Then Sanatana Goswami says, if the Nawab comes, you don't worry. You tell him that, that the Sanatana went to the banks of the Ganges, to pass tool, and then he saw Ganga, and then he jumped inside Ganga. And then the waves have, he was washed away in the waves. And don't worry, I will not be in the country. I'll become a mendicant, and I will go to the holy city of Mecca. So he tells all this to the jail keeper. You do not have to worry. Just tell all these things, and he gives him the money. And then the jail keeper, that night itself, he removes all his, helps him to get out of the prison. So then Sanatana Goswami is escaping because day and night he's walking, and then he goes, not this one. Okay, I think still we have not come to this point. Yeah. So then, so they keep walking. So he's walking, and then somehow he, crossed through the main cities, and he goes through a hilly tract of land. So there, he is, seeing one householder. He's seeing a landlord. And then he's seeing that, he wants to get out of that tract of land. So then, so he's going and requesting that landlord. Basically, it is like a, a rest house, And then that time, the landlord, there was one palmist, he was also there, with that landlord. So when the palmist, he says to the landlord that, the Sanatana Goswami actually has got 8 gold coins. So he gives him that message. So immediately the landlord, he goes to the, Sanatana Goswami, and he very nicely speaks to him. And he tells, "Oh, okay, sir, you can take rest here. And, I will see that, with my own men, I will help you to get out of this place. You can nicely cook food and eat. I will give you the food grains." So he's very nicely and sweetly and very respectfully, he speaks to him. So then Sanatana Goswami goes and takes a bath in the nearby river, and he comes back. And then he was thinking, why this person is so respectful to me? Someone who is not very known, but showing so much of respect. No, that should be something. Because since Sanatana Goswami was a minister, in Nawab Hussain Shah, he knows diplomacy. So he could understand there is something fishy here. So then he asked his, servant. There was once a servant who was accompanying Sanatana Goswami. His name was Ishan. So he asked Ishan, "I think you're carrying some valuable things with you." He's asking him. So, so then Then he says that the Ishana says, oh yeah, I got actually, I have 7 gold coins with me. So then he took that gold coins from Ishan and he goes to the landlord and then he gives him, see, please take this gold coins and help me to get out of this place. Then when he told this, the landlord, said that, oh, I know already that you possess these gold coins. In fact, I was thinking that tonight I should kill you and take that money. But now you voluntarily came and gave this amount. So I am pleased with your behavior. I don't want your money. I will do this as a pious activity. But then Sanatana Goswami will say, if you are not taking it, someone will try to take it and you will kill me. Better you take it. So then finally he takes that money and then he sends some 4 people, to accompany him, to help him to get out of that place. So then they are going, he's going to the, so then, in that way, what happens is that, he's helping, he will help Sanatana Goswami to get out of that hill tract of land. And then he escapes from there and he goes to another place called Hajipur, which we will see later. And then before that, he asks Ishana, okay, I think still you have got some gold coins. Then Ishana accepts that, yes. Ishana accepts that, yes, I got 1 gold coin. Then Sanatana Goswami says, okay, take that gold coin and you go back home. So, so now the servant also has gone. Now, Sanatana Goswami with a very, just a torn cloth, to cover himself, he will go, with no anxiety. So then he reaches a place called Hajipur. So Hajipur is a place where he meets Shrikanta. Shrikanta is Sanatana Goswami's sister's husband. And then he was also, engaged Shrikanta. In Hajipur, he was also engaged in government. So when Shrikanta saw Sanatana Goswami, he says that, at least you stay here for some time. You give up this dirty clothes and you stay here for some time. So then Sanatana Goswami says that, no, I can't stay here even for a moment. You please help me to cross the Ganges. I have to leave immediately. Then, he very kindly gives him a woolen cloth blanket and he helps him to cross the Ganges. So in that way, Sanatana Goswami departs and he will now go to Varanasi to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see here, how the 2 great brothers, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, we sing, in the invocation prayer, we sing, Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahim Dadati Swapatantikam. So we are followers of Rupa Goswami. And that's why we are called Rupanugas. Srila Prabhupada says we are Rupanugas, we follow the footsteps, the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. And we see that how Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they are the ones personally got instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not write any books. He gave the Sikshashtakam, the 8 verses, but he made Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami to write all the books and all that he wanted to instruct. So through them, he wrote all the books and also excavating all the important places and the places of worship in Vrindavan Dham. So that was also done by, this Goswamis. And they established all the temples, the Sambandha deity, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath, all these, deities were also established, the temples established by this Goswami. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered all the Goswamis and they fulfilled the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they wrote all those books and instructions for the future generations to, take up. So we see that how they went through so many hardships. When we read through so much of sacrifice and hardships they went through, to serve the Lord, the Sankirtan movement of the Lord. That is very amazing. Sanatana Goswami's whole life history we hear, very, very inspiring. So we will be going through that, but this chapter itself is a very big chapter, quite big. Lot of wonderful instructions we can see Mahaprabhu's personally. We saw that 10 days Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami for a month, more than a month, I guess. He instructs Sanatana Goswami in the science of devotion service. So it's a lot of wonderful this thing every week we will see. So we request everyone to be there so that you know the connectivity. And so we are only taking a smaller portions so that we can digest whatever little we are learning. So today we saw about the Maya's power. In the one of the purpose, Srila Prabhupada is highlighting how Maya is like always there, and how the conditioned soul is completely enormed by the Maya's potency. So it is very important to see how one can take shelter, so that we are not always victimized by Maya. In fact, Maya won't even come to test, because Maya will come to test only if there is some quality. But we're quite neophytes in devotional service. So, but yet we have to be so vigilant. Sometimes we may be practicing Krishna consciousness for quite some time, and we may think that, okay, everything is going good. I'm able to chant, I'm able to read, I'm able to do this, I'm able to do service. I'm getting a lot of association. I have this, I have that, So we may take for granted. So, but we do not know. We can't depend on our strength, because our strength is very, very, weak. So it is important for us to take shelter of Krishna. It is only purely mercy that we are following. Whatever we are following is completely the mercy only. There is no credit for ourselves. Whether it is we chanting, even our rounds, whatever may be the rounds, whatever we are chanting is purely the mercy of Vaishnavas, mercy of spiritual master, mercy of Srila Prabhupada, and the mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, there is no hope. So every single day, we are able to do whatever we are able, in devotional life. It's purely mercy. We have to be so grateful to the Lord that today I could do this things because of your mercy. Every single day, whatever we are doing is purely His mercy. So we are very much dependent on the mercy of the Lord, because we see in the books, in the scriptures, that how someone who have done so much can in one moment just fall down from their position. We have those kind of histories as well. So it is important for us to always remember that Prabhupada said that you are not sufficiently, sometimes he told about his disciples that you are not sufficiently scared of Maya. So that, sometimes we think that what Maya will do for me, anyway I'm doing everything. No, it's not like that. Maya can anytime can distract us. Maya can anytime throw us from this association. So it's important. This is a good fear. Fear is not generally good, because when someone has faith in the Lord, fear doesn't have any space. But this fear is a very good fear, to be fearful of Maya. And we should be sufficiently fearful of Maya. We should be really, every moment we should be fearful of Maya, because that fear will help us to take deep shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, when we are not fearful of Maya, then we will be very carefree. We will think, okay, it's fine, everything is going fine. So it's important that we are, just like, there are some things which are good and bad. So similarly, even in cholesterol, so there is a good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. Good cholesterol is okay, So fear is bad, but good fear is not bad. In fact, it is good to have fear. Like a child, the child should have a fear that if I touch the fire, the fire will burn me. But if the child doesn't have that fear, then it will end up burning. So fear should be there where it is required. So similarly, when it comes to Maya, we should definitely be fearful. So one time when Srila Prabhupada was very deeply praying to the deities, the disciples were all looking at Srila Prabhupada. And then they later asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are so deeply offering prayers. So what was that you were praying? Then Prabhupada said that, was praying that I should not fall into Maya. So Srila Prabhupada is teaching us that, we have to be fearful of Maya. We have to be conscious and careful, and then we should take shelter of Krishna to, not be to not get diverted and distracted, because this material world is offering so many distractions. Any moment we may get distracted, if not grossly, at least subtly. And if someone gets subtly distracted also over a period of time, that can take a gross shape and can knock one out of this devotional service. So it's better to be careful and keep us always in the association of devotees, and read scriptures, especially because scriptures gives us a warning. Scriptures helps us to remind us what are those distractions waiting us to, take us away from devotional service. So it's important for us to read all those, and especially the pastimes of these great personalities, the pure devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The entire Chaitanya Charitamrita is like that. It is a very practical science, and every page of Chaitanya Charitamrita gives us a practical tips for our devotional life. The lives of all these great personalities are the life lessons for us to practice in our own life, not only in our spiritual life, because for a devotee there is nothing called material life and spiritual life, because the life which he is leading, even the material things what he is doing is to serve Krishna. So there is nothing called material and spiritual. It's all for serving Krishna. So it's very important for us to hear and read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and take those teachings deep into our heart. So let us go to the quiz. Just give me a second. Yeah. Simple questions. Are you all ready? Okay. Select the name of Sanatana Goswami's sister's husband who was garment employee in Hajipura. Sri Hari Kanta, Sri Kanta, Ishan Kanta, Sri Devakanta. Let's see who is answering first. Everyone can try to answer. That will be nice.
Actually, questions, Hare Krishna. So questions are very simple, devotees. We encourage devotees to just answer, because all questions are pretty straightforward and very simple question.
Yes. Yeah. We are giving some out of syllabus questions also to understand things. Yes, Prabhu? Who has answered? You can read out all those devotees who have read out the question, answered the questions.
So you mean to say, Mataji, first. So the correct answer is like Sri Kanta. and first Anuradha Mataji, then Urvashi Mataji, and Pramida Mataji. So like these are first three devotees who have
First
answered.
three. Okay, first three. Okay.
Very good.
All
So
right.
we are
Right.
starting question 2 now, and I'm putting this here. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, you can go ahead. Next
Yeah.
slide.
Just 1 minute. Yes. Oh, moving. 1 minute. Just give me a second. The questions. Yeah. Select the, this is out of question. Select the, Prabhu, you read it.
Select the Manjari name in which form Sanatan Goswami served to Radha and Krishna in a spiritual world.
Google Uvacha.
Jai Hari Bol. So yeah, so most of the devotees have got this correct answer. So the correct answer is Lavanga Manjari, and the answer is B. And the first three devotees who have answered quickly, so like Bhaskar Prabhu, and then Anuradha Mataji and Shruti Mataji. Hari Bol. So we are
Jai
starting
Hari.
question 3 from here.
Yes. Next question. Yes, Prabhu.
Who accompanied Sanatan Goswami when he escaped from the jail? Ishan, Dvaishan, Landlord, and Rupa Goswami. Jai Hari Bol. So the correct answer is A, Ishan. And the Mata means like devotees who have answered first. First is Anuradha Mataji. Second is Charu Rashika Devi Mataji. And third one is Urvashi Mataji. Hari Bol. So we are starting question 4 now from here. So the number of brothers Sanatan Goswami had 1, 2, 3, 4. How many brothers?
Okay.
So actually the correct answer is 2, because Anupam and Rupa Goswami, 2 were their brothers, and another sisters were there, but I just mentioned as a brother over here. So I think first question was wrong. So the correct answer from first three, I can see Anuradha Mataji, then correct answer Urvashi Mataji, and third is again Purvi Mataji. So those have mentioned the wrong answer. I'm not taking their name. So third answer is like Purvi iPhone, Purvi Mataji. Yeah. Hari Bol. So we are starting the fifth now from here. Sanatan Goswami known as. So there are different acharya and temples are also there based on the acharya. So like here Sanatan Goswami known as a Sambandh Acharya, Avideya Acharya, Prayojan, or none of the above.
This is also out of the syllabus now. But we discussed this in our Chaitanya Chaitamrita earlier, our classes earlier.
Exactly. So correct first three, like the answer correct is Sambandh Acharya, and the devotees who have put the first, it's like first is Anuradha Mataji, second Urvashi Mataji, and third is Bhaskar Prabhu. Hari Bol. Thank you so much, devotees, for the participation. Hari Bol.
Okay. Okay, we will have the announcements and then we will have the winners. But before that, I'd like to ask you one question. Without ABCD choices, we'll see who is able to answer quite simple answer. 2 questions. What is our Nija Dharma? Nija Dharma. I was talking about this when I was explaining about Sanatana Goswami talks to the jail keeper that releasing one from their, imprisonment, according to religious principle, one is relieved, one himself is relieved from material bondage by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that means one of the important thing one has to do is to talk about this Nija Dharma to others. What does this Nija Dharma means? Anyone would like to answer? What is Nija Dharma? Okay, a lot of nice answers are there. What is our Nija? Eternal survivor of Krishna. Okay. Sanatana Dharma, serving Lord, preaching, serving the Lord. Servant of the Lord, eternal servants of Krishna. Yes, basically, the right answer of Nija Dharma is our eternal constitutional position is servant of Krishna. We are eternal servant of Krishna. That is Nija Dharma. Okay. So, who has given that answer, Prabhu? Ranjani, my Prabhu? Anyone has given the answer, servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna, or can read out their names? Ranjani, my Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
So first devotee like Jyoti Mataji has answered is like serving others as a
yeah. Those all answers are actually they are getting the point.
Okay.
That Nija Dharma means exact this thing. Yes, all
Yeah.
these answers are correct, but eternal servant of Krishna.
Yeah, so Jyoti Mataji has answered serving others. Anuradha Mataji on second has answered eternal servitor of Krishna. And third, Varshana Kishori Mataji, Sanatan Dharma. So these like first 3 answer.
Yeah,
has been
Charu
given
Rashika Devi Dasi. Yes, Mataji has given eternal servant of serve the Vaishnavas. Okay, eternal servant of Krishna. Yes, that's brilliant. And this, what is that? Maya Devi, keeps ourselves, bound in this material world. And Krishna says that by, Maya Shakti is very difficult to overcome, but you can still, come out of this by following one thing. What is that? Krishna himself says, by what we can actually be able to, come out of Maya. What is that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita?
Take shelter of Krishna.
Yes, take shelter of Krishna. Surrender to Krishna. Mam eva e prapatyante. Krishna says, surrender unto me, then you will be able to cross beyond it. So that's wonderful. Devotees have given very brilliant answers, very nice answers. It's a very important practical point for ourselves, and reminder for ourselves to be sufficiently fearful of Maya and take shelter of Krishna parallelly. That's important. Not just being fearful of Maya and not taking shelter of Krishna. It is good to take shelter of Krishna. Also, same time, being cautious, being fearful of Maya, then it would help us a lot. That's wonderful. So, as usual, we have Anuradha Mataji. Yes? Oh, we will read the results. We will show. Is ready? It's wonderful. All the devotees are answering. We will have more. These are all more winners. We will share. Yeah, we will show. If any after the announcements, Vivek Prabhu, do you have any announcement for this week?
Yeah, no. So in general, Mataji, we got a message from the Chaitanya Prabhu and Ratan Prabhu regarding our devotees going every weekend for serving to the Soho temple for feast and other service. So he has appreciated our devotee and asked me to pass their message to all the devotees who are going for Soho feast and other services. So in continuing with that, as you know, every Sunday we have some services. They have increased our services. They have given more services like singing the artis, mridanga player, and other things. Also, they are expanding, plus book distribution table, greetings, guest greetings. So other than cooking and normal volunteer, they are giving us more blissful services. So more and more devotees should be nominate their name and get the mercy. So this is one thing. Second thing is regarding again Gita Gyan. So Gita Gyan registration is still very slow. As per we should focus more and publicize outside the world more and more, so that we can get at least 300 roughly 200 to 300 external people to join this. We have different languages also this time. So I will request again to reach out your external contacts and help in this registration. And also Soho has given me the list of few services. As you know, on 3rd of February, it's festival in the Soho. So they asked us to, due to the Nityana Triyodasi, a lot of services are there. So they asked us to engage some volunteers. So I will publish the list, and whoever wants, it's not any dham, anyone can go because it's working day. So we can go and help services like kitchen services, surak, greetings, and other ushering services. So they are requesting us to get some volunteers for that. So please come and help in that. Also on 28th of January, we have Sankirtan, this month's monthly Sankirtan festival. So Ashish Prabhu is leading that. So we will get to know exact venue and timing. But MSF is each month last Sunday. Means Saturday, not Sunday. So please be ready for that and help us in the Srila Prabhupada mission, distributing the book, getting more and more contacts for our program, for our congregation. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Prabhu. Hope you're well. Would see, pray that you get well soon. And we also like to offer our prayers, to Dilip Prabhu's mother-in-law, who left the body a couple of days back. Dilip Prabhu and Veena Mataji from Dartford. So Dilip Prabhu's wife, Veena Mataji's mother, on 14th night, I think she left the body. So we request everyone's prayer for our mother's onward journey. So we will chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So, so yes, and coming Wednesday is Satila Ekadasi, Ekadasi, where we take the till seeds. So please read the glories of the Ekadasi, very auspicious, and that's the only Ekadasi where we take sesame seeds. Generally, sesame seeds are not taken during Ekadasi, but this Ekadasi, the sesame seeds are, taken in different ways. It is given in that pastime of Ekadasi. So it's good to know more, good to know beforehand, so that we can try to, make some offering of offering with till seeds and offer to the Lord on the day. So please, Wednesday, it's Ekadasi as well, Satyala Ekadasi. Okay, thank you for all the announcements. We'll just see the result now, and then we will have Jagannath Darshan. Yeah, just a moment. Yes. Yes. So first Anuradha, Achyuta Priya Mataji, Urvashi Mataji, and Charu Rasika Mataji. So thank you for all those, and also all the devotees who have answered so well. So we will catch up next week. It's all, I know, starting now Sanatana Goswami's instruction to Sanatana Goswami. It's very nice to hear from the beginning. So we'll now take Jagannath Darshan and then we'll wind up. Yeah. Okay. Just give. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Can you see?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Makara Sankranti. So, and also the Pongal. So Jagannath is having sugarcane. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Sudarshan Chakra Jai, Shishi Gornitai ki Jai, Vajratva ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes,
I have
Mataji.
Can I ask a question related to Ekadashi Mataji?
Yes.
Can
Please,
we
Mataji.
can we eat flax seeds Mataji on Ekadashi?
Flax seeds.
Yes, Mataji.
I'm not sure. Generally, seeds ought to be avoided. That's why we don't take mustard seeds and other kind of seeds. Many of the seeds are avoided on the day. I'm not very sure particularly about flax seeds, Mataji, but generally seeds are avoided on the day. I will find out, Mataji, and we can try to post it out. But that's why sesame seeds are also avoided, but some of the seeds are avoided. So sesame seeds are also avoided, but on this Ekadasi, especially we take the sesame seeds. But your question on the flax seeds, I need to double check, Mataji. If anyone knows, maybe they can share, they can tell their views. But I'm not very sure about it. Sorry about it. I can check it out.
Okay,
Who has asked
Mataji.
this question, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
What Mataji?
I mean, who is asking this question? Sorry.
Haripriya Mataji.
Haripriya Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for your question. Sorry that I'm not able to give you a straight answer straight away because I just want to double check before I give that answer.
No problem, Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hari Bol. Okay, thank you.
Hare
So thank you,
Krishna,
everyone.
Jagannath
We will
Madhusudana,
see you
Hare
Krishna,
next
Vibhu.
week.
Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna, Srila
Thank you.
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.